Hey, I'm Sam Topman, and this is my friend Tim McKnight, the guru of youth ministry. And so we're going to be talking to you a little bit about summer camp, right?
Yeah.
There's all different camps out there. I know you've had. Tell us a little bit about some of your experiences
Sure.
at camp.
Yeah, God used camp to really help me understand more about who He was.
Yep.
And to draw me to Him. And so camp was a place that all the distractions can be taken away.
Sure.
And that we can really hear God speak without, the cell phones and everything.
Sometimes you get away from the parents and other friends that
Yep.
might not be great influences on you.
So for me, camp was cool as a student. And then also, after I came to Christ and answered the call to ministry, I started in ministry at an interdenominational wilderness camp.
Okay, yeah.
In the Shenandoah National Forest, and that was really cool to be able to be a Bible study leader and talk to students about the Lord. And then when I went to seminary, I actually was brought on for a summer at Centrifuge.
Yep.
And our site was in Mobile, Alabama, at the University of Mobile.
Sure.
And just spent a summer there and really saw God work in a great way while we were at camp. So I really appreciate youth camp, and then as a youth pastor too, taking my students there.
That's right.
And seeing the life change that occurred in their lives when the distractions were taken away, and they could really focus upon what God was telling them. So I'm a big fan of camp.
Yeah, that's kind of my experience too. I also was a Centrifuge staffer. Just enjoyed that. I think that's one of those things. If I could do it long term, I would love to do camp life. Just getting up early, hanging out with kids, and just having a good time telling about the Lord and different things. But I did that, and I remember I was telling you before we started shooting this. I remember, back in the neighborhood, churches would come and pick you up in a church van, right? And you would go to the local field or whatever, and kind of hang out for that week. And so a little sketchy, right? but we probably wouldn't do that today. But sure, I mean, camp's been just an amazing experience in my life.
Yeah. So the church van kidnap is not a good technique.
Yeah, church
anymore.
van kidnap. You want to get that passed by the parents. But back then it was fine, right? That's what everybody did. So it was one of those things, and just really enjoyed that. I remember talking with students as a staffer at Centrifuge, just late at night when we were just kind of hanging out after dinner and different things, just trying to share Christ with students. And it's really, some of the experiences there was just really incredible.
Yeah,
exciting. People are open.
Right.
They get tired and hungry, and I think some of those barriers start to fall down, and you can really kind of talk to them about who Jesus is and those kind of things. So.
Yeah, and the camps really hire well. Most of the camps hire staff members from seniors in high school graduating, or college students, or even seminary students, and really do a good job of hiring quality staff. You've got to really look and vet and make sure that you're careful to see what you're going to get. And then also, when you're looking at camp, who's speaking,
right?
Who's leading through the preached word, who's leading through worship.
Sometimes that pro athlete that's turned preacher is not the best person. I've been through several of those where we were at camp, and I kind of had to do a debrief after the sermon, right? Yeah. Here's the things that aren't quite biblical, right?
And sometimes it's a non-athlete.
Right? Yeah. Sometimes it's a preacher that comes in, but you have to be aware of those things. I wouldn't say just be naive about that, but really study who that's going to be. And they change. Sometimes the same camp will have multiple speakers throughout the summer, and so you want to look at that. That's not always a guarantee that's going to be a great speaker, but I definitely look into that as well.
So that's one thing you want to look for then. Is the camp solid?
Sure.
Are they biblical? Speakers biblical, worship leaders biblical. Another thing probably is cost. You want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I will. And I think we've been in similar sized churches and different things, and it's real easy to say, hey, this is the best camp ever. Let's go to this one. And yet it's $300, $400 worth of camp. And especially if you got a family with multiple teenagers, that's really tough. I mean, an $800 bill or up to that. I've seen even higher than that. Is really tough. And so I think you really have to think through that, and how can you diminish that. Maybe it's a fundraiser or some kind of family discount if you can work it in.
Right, scholarships, that type of thing.
Sometimes it's not going to like a pre-made camp. It's doing your own thing. I know I've done that. Set up a camp.
I think churches I see more and more are coming together to do their camp. And so that was a thing last time we talked about networking. And talking about how you can network for camps and mission camps, that type of thing. So So that's something
you
that
can
end up doing.
significantly, I mean, by probably a couple $100,
Yeah.
and just doing it yourself. And I know that's a lot more work, but it's really more on the front end.
Right.
And you get there, and you know your kids, you know what they need, the experiences that they're best going to react to, and so I think sometimes that's the better route to go.
Yep.
But there's a lot of great camps out there. I know
Yeah.
we talked about Centrifuge. There's Crossroads and different things that we're a part of,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of great ones out there that you should
Yep.
definitely check
Folks
out.
at YM360 have started
Yep.
a good camp. So we go through the list, and it's dangerous because we'll
Yeah.
leave people out. But
We're not
I would say-
sponsors.
I would say just check them out. You know, make sure they're biblical, make sure they're affordable.
Yeah.
Make sure it fits within the vision for your student ministry.
Yep.
Also, you may not just be a camp that you are focused upon just growing in discipleship or something of that nature, but you could also grow in a missions camp.
Yep.
And look at that too. So that's another option in kind of combining missions with summer camp. But
Right.
a lot of options out there. I just encourage you to just really study
And ask around.
research. Yeah, and you're welcome to contact us.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions about different camps, and if we don't know the answer to it, we can put you on the folks who are in charge of those ministries and help you to make a wise decision, prayerful decision about where you're going to take your students this summer.
Yeah. You know who we are a sponsor of?
We are a sponsor. Actually, they're a sponsor of us.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So
We're a fan, though.
yeah, we're
We
fans.
may not be a sponsor, but we're a fan of the
CSB. Yep. And we're
So.
giving this Bible away. We have a winner, and I'm not going to announce over the internet who
All right.
that is.
That's good.
But it is a student, which is pretty cool.
Right.
And so we're going to be giving this Bible to a student. And so I hope that student is going to find out who they are probably in just a few days. And
Yep.
I hope they use it well, and God bless them through it.
Yep. So keep watching us. We're going to be giving away a lot of these kind of
Yep.
Bibles and different things. So if you would like that, and we're going to be showing a lot of cool tools and resources for you, make sure you like our videos, share it, make comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to hear other topics, we'd love to hear that too. And we'd be happy to address that. So
Yep.
I think that'll about do it
Yep.
for this one.
Thanks, CSB, for sponsoring us. We appreciate it.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Take care. God bless.